right, well, Michael Saylor on the PBD podcast, he's been making some pretty big claims about Bitcoin's future. 29% growth year on year over the next 21 years. So let's start by hearing it from Michael Saylor himself. Let's just see what he has to say before we dive into this.
I think it's a very simple thing. I think Bitcoin is going to grow from 0.1% of the money in the world to 7% of the money in the world over the next 21 years. And of course, you should just go long and keep buying it.
0.1% to, you said 7%?
Yeah, it'll go from like 1.8 trillion to $240 trillion, and it'll go up 29% a year, ARR. That is my base case.
And I've heard you say that in 21 years, it's going to be at $13 million
That takes you to 13 million a coin.
13 million a coin.
13 million a coin.
At 29%.
Every Bitcoin you don't buy is going to cost you $13 million, my friend.
Right. That was Michael Saylor on PBD podcast. Pretty interesting listen. So, there you have it. Michael Saylor dropping the bold prediction that Bitcoin's price is going to go up 29%. He says ARR, annualized rate of return. I had to look that up. For the next 21 years. So, I'm going to make use of some of this butcher paper that I got. And let me go there. And we're going to see how Saylor's, 29% ARR prediction stacks up to the Bitcoin power law. So, if you've seen my earlier video, you would have seen that I used a bit of high school algebra to rearrange the power law formula. So this is the formula here. This here, F of T, is actually the US dollar of Bitcoin. And that equals to just a constant A times time in days to the power of 5.88. So that's the Bitcoin power law formula. Deceptively simple, very, very simple, but it's remarkable how closely it actually tracks the Bitcoin price. So in the video, we modified this formula here to calculate, we called it the compound annual growth rate back then, but we're just going to stick to the terminology that Michael Saylor used. He called it ARR, or the annualized rate of return. And in the video, we calculated this formula. We derived a similar formula to this one from the power law. Very simple stuff. I recommend you go back and watch it. In the video, we just derived the value of the formula, in this case where n, which is the number of years into the future, where n equals 1. So this formula was t, time in years, plus 1 divided by time in years, to the power of 5.88, that n wasn't there, minus 1, times by 100 to turn it into a percentage. So we'll just start with this formula. What we're going to do is we're going to plug some numbers in. If anyone that's just zoned out, plug some numbers in and see how we go. So we'll start, just check that, yep. So we'll start in 2025. That is year number 16. So just to explain this, in 2019, January the 3rd, 2019, that was year 0, because in year 0, the ARR was actually undefined because Bitcoin had no starting price. So T to the Y on the denominator here is 0, which causes that to go to infinity and causes this expression to be undefined. And that's correct. The ARR for Bitcoin in year 0 from January the 3rd, 2019 to January the 3rd, 2020 is undefined. And I'm cool with that. So that means, 2020 was T to the Y equals 1. And therefore 2025, T to the Y equals 16. So Michael Saylor predicted 29% ARR over 21 years. So what we're going to do is n over here is going to be n equals 21. So we can just substitute these numbers into that formula. So we get 16 plus 21 divided by 16. Okay, all that is going to be to the power of 5.88 over n, which is 21. Okay, so that's really the 21th root when you raise it to the power of, you know, something over 21. Then minus 1 all times 100. All right, so let's check that out. Get my trusty calculator out. Let's punch that in. Let me see if I can, I'll just go back and forward. So we've got open brackets. Let's see what we've got here. Let me start again. So open bracket. 16 plus 21 divided by 16 is equal to, right, that's 2.312. So we're going to raise that to the power of 5.88 divided by 21. So 5.88 divided by 21. Okay. Which is equal to that. And then, so then we subtract 1 and times 100. So we can see if we subtract 1 from that, it's going to be 0.264. Times by 100, it's going to be 26.4%. So let's write that in. Go back here. All right, so it's 26.4%. All right, so Michael Saylor predicted 29% ARR over the next 21 years. And by our calculation, we've come pretty close to that, actually, 26.4%. Not bad. So it's a bit hard to know when his starting point really was. So what we might do is we might actually try and do this from 2024. So from the 3rd of January 2024 over the next 21 years. So I'll write that in. So let's go 2024. Make sure you can see that. So therefore, t to the y is going to equal 15 in this case. N will still equal to 21. So our formula is going to be so it's going to be 15 plus 21 divided by 15 power of 5.88 divided by 21 minus 1 times 100. All right, let's plug that in. All right, so let me just cancel that. We've got 15 plus 21. Okay, divided by 15. All right, that's 2.4 to the power of 5.88 divided by 21. Okay, so that's equal to 1.277. So we subtract 1 times by 100, and that will be 27.7%. You know, that's pretty close to 28%. So we'll write that in. So 28, let me just, there we go. So it's going to be 28 There we go. So 28%. That's almost dead on with Saylor's 29% prediction. So it's pretty amazing, actually. So I think at the end of the day, this trusty little formula here, this Bitcoin power law, it's a clean, simple formula, actually works. So I think, it's like a perfectly cooked rib fillet steak. No overthinking, just gives you the results. So the best part is that I can use this formula, or this CAGR, or annualized rate of return formula. I can use it to whip up my own predictions in no time. So I can, gives me time to chat with my butcher about which paddock the rib fillet came from, instead of wasting hours watching billionaires preach to the choir and stuff. So I think it's terrific. So if you've got this power law formula, you don't need to wait for a billionaire to figure out where Bitcoin's headed. You can just use this. So I hope that helped you. If there's anything else you'd like to see me do, if you'd like to see me actually derive this formula, using the general value of n in here, so you can do it over any number of years instead of just over 1 year, let me know in the comments and I can go through that if you like. Or if there's anything else you want to know or ask, just shoot us a message in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have a great time. Bye.